mofo low down around this time. But who am I? Who am I? I can't hear you. Juggernaut. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time? But who am I? Who am I? I can't hear you.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, world? Welcome to the AM King Show. We are in effect Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube. What's up, family? You already know we're back for another rousing episode of the AM Kings Show. You already know what it is. J-Pad, the Juggernaut, LB, the Mello PDC, and we have a special guest this morning. Welcome in, Brother C. Nagato Kells. What's going on, Brother C? You already know.
How y'all doing?
All right, you already know what it is, man. Welcome to the show. As the Mellow Man, wipes the fog out the lens. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So we are in the quantum leap right now. Right now, we're in effect. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody know. Uh-oh.
It's the woke show.
It's the woke show in effect. You already know what it is. In effect, no disrespect. And as y'all can see, I'm representing today. I got on the Rico Verdict shirt.
Oh.
There it is right there. Your mirror is backwards, Mellow Man.
Backwards. I see from the verdict. The verdict going the wrong way. We want to get the verdict coming back to our way.
Yeah, we gotta get it going back the right way. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, while we're at it, you know what I'm saying, we can go ahead and show them that the Rico verdict is in effect always. And you know what I'm saying? Once again, we're gonna bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw. LB, what's going on with you, man?
No, man, just chilling, man. Trying to get myself together. I see my man already got his smoke going on. I'm jealous. I gotta hurry and get that.
Yes, indeed. And as you can see, the Mellow Man just showed us the book.
The link is in. That was the link that I sent.
Yeah, all day. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I was right on point with it. There it is, right there.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna make me put the hoodie on, bro.
Yes, indeed. Today we are definitely pushing the Rico Verdict novel. As you can see, you can pick it up for $35. The product details: a federal drug case unfolds as a trader turns into the fall guy in the highly acclaimed courtroom drama. So this is a must read. It is a book written by the Mellow PDC. You know what I'm saying? And the Rico verdict is definitely in effect. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. Make sure you guys go pick up a copy. Go to lfxmedia.live and you can purchase a copy of the Rico verdict.
Everything to make things simple. Everything when you search me is going to be LFX Media. My Zelle is LFX Media. My PayPal is LFX Media.
And my Cash App
is LFXP.
Easy to remember.
Yes, indeed. We're going to put the link as we always do. Right about this time, we're gonna put,
As we always do about this time.
yeah, like we always do with this time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely get into it, stick to it. Mo Tillis up in Jers. You know what I'm saying? Checking in this morning. Good morning, brother. Let's get to it. Good morning. You already know we appreciate y'all tapping in. Mo is a gifted musician by his own right. You know what I'm saying? And one of my good brothers that I've come to know and respect and definitely build a nice friendship and camaraderie in a short amount. Sometimes you just meet people and that good energy and the good juju, if we will, just sticks right to it. That's exactly how it was when I met Brother C. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Brother C right there. And we're part of the Legion Houses outfit up in New York City. You know what I'm saying? And we all do music. C is a musician. He's a he's an artist. He's a healer. He's an educator. You know. C, tell him a little bit about yourself, brother.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing? So I'm from New York City,
Yes,
born and raised
indeed.
in the Bronx, and come from a very versatile family: army, fighters, athletes. I fight, I box. I'm a very natural person. I'm into nature. You might hear my dogs in the background and my cat. Um, I live out in Connecticut now. Yeah, so I live out in Connecticut. My backyard is the forest. As he said, I'm a Reiki shaman healer. I also make crystals,
Yes,
pyramids, stuff
indeed.
like this.
Oh yeah.
And I created a new genre
Well,
of hip hop.
hold on. See, show that again. You put that up too quick. There
Okay,
it is. Nice, nice.
thank
Go
you.
ahead.
That's a small
Continue.
piece. This is a bigger piece.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's nice.
And
Thank you.
tell them the significance of the crystals. See, if you will, please.
So basically, I discovered this while I was trying to figure out how I can fix my teeth without having to go to the dentist. And this thing called Organite popped up and said, help you sleep. Okay, whatever, I'll buy it. I bought it. Like, oh, wow, I feel better. I really did sleep well. Okay, so let me figure out how I can actually get into this so it could be cost effective because it was really expensive. So I said, let me make this myself. One of my friends out in England, one of my shaman friends out in England, he explained to me how to make this and he pointed me in the right directions for everything. And I started making it from there. And I said, hey, I'm gonna keep making it. And if anyone buys, they buy. If they don't, oh well, that's more energy for me. In fact, one time me and my wife, me and the wife, because I don't own her, me and the wife, yeah, me and the wife, we was at odds about something. And then out of nowhere, I was like, why am I so elated? I turned around, I was like, oh, these crystals absorbed my negative energy and gave me positive energy. I was like, oh, wow, this is real. This is from
Absolutely.
my experience. I can't speak for anyone else. So, from my experience, so I say, I'm going to keep doing this on and on. And from there, with music, I was creating a new genre within music, a total different genre. At first, I called it rap performance. Now, I'm going to call it hip hopper because it's basically a Broadway show with all the music having meaning. So if someone's playing music, if you hear music in the background, it's because someone's playing music. It's for a meaning. And I'm telling a story throughout the entire thing. So
Oh
it's
yes.
J Pad is on it. He's the sergeant that let me go because I got a small detail. I got caught by the cops and he let me go because I'm like, oh, that's some bullshit. Let him go. And so then yeah. So it's telling a story with meaning and you actually have to be good. You have to
Absolutely.
be good.
Absolutely.
Good in your
Absolutely.
craft, good in everything that you do. Everything you touch must be at least at minimum good. If you ask me, great. Yet everyone is not like me. So I say, try your best to be good.
Try your best to be good, and that's the message that we needed to hear. And hip opera is definitely live and kicking. The album, it was a great experience. We were at One World Studio, the infamous One World Studio in New York City, creating this thing. And C was gracious enough to have us in the presence with him, and it was just natural. It all came together real great. And I can't wait for people to get the experience of hip opera, man. And man, we're glad that you're on the show this morning, brother. Glad that you're on the show. What I wanted to do real quick, you know what I'm saying, and this isn't a shameless plug, but I did get a nice little traction off of this particular video of me rapping this song. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call it up right now. John checking in. What up, John? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did a record some time ago called He Say, She Say. And I thought it was timely to put the lyrics on display in the recent times because we have a lot of dysfunction going on in this social world of ours. And so I wanted to play the video so you guys can get an idea. And crystals are real. John said crystals are real. Absolutely. Very real. We all keep stuff near us. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got the onyx stone right here. You know what I'm saying? I keep the onyx stone for balance and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, crystals and stones, energy stones, all that stuff is real stuff. But have a listen to this. This is called He Say, She Say.
We're gonna talk about it though. Yeah, yo. Back and forth and back. From what I see, these people, they don't know how to act. She said she can't find a dude to be a sugar daddy. He said he couldn't find a woman who could keep him happy. She said she don't ever deal with fake bitches. He said he don't ever deal with snake niggas. She said she tired of men who don't treat her right, but still deal with the same type almost every night. He says he got all the money and all the fame and fortune. Meanwhile, he's on the PC playing some Wheel of Fortune. Black Ops is a game where you gotta strategize. Bring him to real life, the strategy is minimized. She said my baby dad ain't nothing but a deadbeat. Took him to child support and sued him like an athlete. Man, he said it ain't tricking if you got it, but the trick on him, she done emptied out all his pockets. She said she never let a nigga control her. Same one with the black eye riding out for a soldier. He said I never let a bitch tell me what to do, but be paying the bills because she told him to. She said she ain't going back to the way she was. Later on at the club, she got the same buzz. He got them racks on racks on racks. In the club bumming square, smoking everybody's packs. She say she go to the club and shit on all the hoes until a bitch walk in wearing the same clothes from Rainbow. He said he never owes a soul no money. Meanwhile, he ducking them niggas knowing they coming. She said she wish she was on Bad Girls Club. She don't get that we don't like them bitches, they get no love. Wow, he said he don't fuck with light bitches, but all we see him with is light bitches. Moral of the story, quit talking so much shit. Everything out your mouth is sounding counterfeit. Yo, quit with the bullshit you portray. You got a bad case of the he say, the she say.
You know what I'm saying? A little something for the mind right there. You know what I mean? And really at the end of the day, I was on a campaign called The Unmasking. Blunt Conversations is in the building, checking in. Naptown, you guys advance on in the playoffs. We seen the game last night. You know what I'm saying? Big boy, in 33 seconds, they came back. They were down 7 points with 33 seconds ago. Frank Gransman, what up, though? John says, shit's fire. I appreciate you, brother. You already know what it is. But yeah, man, they came back 7 down, 33 seconds to go. Giannis and them looked like they had the game in the bag. And lo and behold, the Pacers were not to be denied last night. Halliburton made the key layup at the end of the game to seal the deal, and the Pacers move on. And we'll get back to the NBA on Friday. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, thank you for the great compliment on that. But yeah, The Unmasking was a series that I had put together, and it was about accountability and responsibility. And that was a record that I had did in that sequence, and the song was called He Say, She Say. And what my goal was to expose the dysfunction that we have as a collective. Not all of us, there's some of us that are in the light, that are in the know, but I put that record out for that type of move. And I feel like now is a better time than ever to start really uncovering and pulling the mask off. And so, that's what The Unmasking was all about. I got some more great content coming your way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no doubt, no doubt. Good morning, Blunt Conversation said, let's go. TK is in the building. What's going on, TK? The Queens is in the building and the Kings is in the building. Good morning. Have a safe travel out here. Blunt Conversation said, tough record. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And it was for not for popularity, but it was for the necessary. And I'm the type of artist that actually does music that is necessary. It's not always for the popular side of things. And I think, fellas, if we could just shed a little light between the difference between what's popular, what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? LB, what you think about that?
Oh yeah, that's what they need. But a lot of times people don't listen to the words of the music; they listen to the beat. And this new age, they don't really get the original form of hip hop because hip hop used to have a message to it. Now they just rapping just to be saying something, and half the time they're not even saying nothing. So yeah, there's a big difference. So yeah, it
Yeah,
used to be messages in the rap game. So that's the
yeah, this
difference.
generation is definitely deprived of the message for what hip hop, and we actually uncovered it here on the AM King show. We brought it into perspective why hip hop was created, what the reason was for hip hop being created. And we talked about redlining, and the subject came up again this morning, guys, about white flight. You know what I'm saying? And I had to break it down for an individual. She definitely was on the same page because she was talking about being in the social work and how the man was separated from the woman and the child based off of those principles. Mellow man, context, brother, please.
For sure, for sure. I was gonna be the anchor man, Mike number D. Nah, but listen, just like C was saying earlier, his form of reaching out, he calls it hip opera. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the earlier MCs in the rap game were of the 5% nation and was all about knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So one of my favorites, of course, his name is Chris Parker. You know what I'm saying? And like C said, his hip opera, Chris Parker said, and if you're not familiar, it's KRS-One. He said his form of entertainment and education is called
Entertainment.
edutainment. Edutainment. So he's a gifted rapper. He's a gifted speaker. I seen him, matter of fact, at, at your alma mater, at
Yes,
Penn
sir.
State. Saw him there. And no. You know what? No, I saw him at
IUP.
IUP.
It's all
Wasn't
good.
at Penn. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was at IUP. But that type of passing on of information is they try to stuff it in the box. They want us to hear mumble stuff and have our kids walking around mumbling and not having a good response when someone says something to them. So let's keep it edutainment, hip opera, and all the things that come with information.
Absolutely.
So knowledge knowledge reigns
Over nearly
supreme over nearly
everyone.
everyone.
Very well said. Very well said, Mellow Man. And that's why he's the Abbott on the show. Got to give a shout out, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
to the chat. We're going to catch up real quick. Blunt Conversation said, facts, forgive. Wonder, I got records about Black Power, all that shit. And it got looked right over. He said, I stopped dropping it. John said, I can't even say what they're doing now is rapping. I'm just saying. That's very timely to say that. Uh, Blunt Conversation, which is
Hmm.
Misery, our boy Misery. He said, check my records. My shit long. Baby Egypt checking in this morning from Pittsburgh. Baby Egypt, what's going on? Big salute to you for joining the AM King show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Facebook, YouTube. We are on and we're bringing it to y'all. Sam Boom said, bless up. Blunt Conversations once again with the food for us this morning. He said, the moment you speak positive, views, likes, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Shares, it all stops. It all stops. Very well said. He also continued and said, if I lost my Black Power record again right now, that shit gone wood. And I understand what you mean by that. Uh, still write
Hmm.
conscious music, but weary about putting them out. You can't be weary about spreading the message because sometimes it's not about popular, it's about necessary. The way that we're crashing out, that's the new term in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to create some type of balance and it starts somewhere. I'm not afraid to stand on the front line with it. Anybody else that's welcome to stand on the front line with me, which we all on this panel agree with those type of principles. We're going to stand on the front line and we're going to speak out against dysfunction. We're going to speak out against what hip hop it stands for and what it does not stand for. You know what I'm saying? It's my responsibility as an elder in hip hop to make sure that I'm politically correct, not just politically correct, but spiritually correct. You know what I'm saying with my music, and I got to bring some of these things to the light. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy. It's not a road that's traveled by many. Dismos understands. Dismos drops record. That are very timely with it. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Dismos. He's in here. John said positive isn't as they want to be constantly entertained. Look at any positive subject matter online and check the views against nonsense and see what has more. It's tough to have no plays, but I'm not going to lie to you, brother. The plays that I got on that video, and the reason why I shared that video is what I consider hope. I consider that hope because it's starting to resonate. People are starting to get tired of the same thing. People are starting to get tired of hearing the narrative that the gun and the strip club and the money and the drug sales and things of that nature is ran its course, in my opinion. And I feel like now is the time, and that's why I'm putting my foot on the gas pedal, and I'm going to push this narrative the best that I can. Oh, look at this! We got our furry friend in here in the building with us. You know what I'm saying? See, I didn't
Mhm.
get a chance to get your take on that subject, but please.
Yeah, it's great that you do that, and you're pointing out both sides. Most of the time, we're hearing this hyper alpha male stuff, and they don't comprehend how even the alpha male operates. The alpha male is always in the back, and the eldest and the sickly and the youngest is at front. The youngest and the sickly eat first. The alpha male and the alpha female eat last. They don't even realize that. And they're like, oh, alpha male. Like, we're talking about a wolf in captivity. A wolf in captivity, alpha male has to eat first. We're talking about free spirited human beings. So you have to point out both sides, yes. And that's one of the reasons, and to point out what PDC said and LB were saying, that there's no content within the lyrics. They just listening for music, which is why I start out with zero music. All you do is hear me speak for at least the first 20 minutes. All you're doing is
Yes.
hearing pure lyrics and words. You're forced to listen. So I force the mind to get into a box right here for a second. Listen to this. Tunnel vision. Okay, now you're listening. Where's the music? Okay, here's the music. Oh, let me listen to the words and the music. Oh, now you get it. So
That
it
was
all starts
perfectly
with
laid out, bro.
so
Perfectly laid
it's
out.
very thank you. And I'm so happy you were part of that experience too, because I got to meet great people, because you can't be scared of being you. Because if you're not going to be you,
There you go. Man, see, very well said, brother. Thank you so much. We're going to get back to what the chat's saying. John said critical thinking is dead and the gene pool has piss in it. I mean, that's a very, very blunt way, excuse the pun, blunt conversations, but that is very blunt and up to the front. And sometimes that's what we talk about, the difference between popular and necessary. That was necessary to say. Steelers Nation is in the building with us as always, man. Thank you for checking in. You already know what it is. Blunt Conversation said he agrees. It all sounds the same. The setup, the mission of the records, and the whole package is regurgitated. Boy, you just hit it right on the head right there. Regurgitated is the word for the day, people. Go look it up. Because this is exactly what's happening. It's a vicious cycle. We do not control hip hop like we should. It's something that we created, and we have no control over it as a whole. Now, I'm not saying individually we don't have control. We have control. And we're showing you, like C said, we have control over the narrative of our message. It's very important for you to take back control of what it is that you really, really want to express to the people. And that's what hip hop was all about. It was an expression from oppression. It was an expression. I'm gonna say that again, an expression from oppression, because we talked about white flight on this show. If you guys saw that episode, if you didn't, go back and check out that episode. You know what I'm saying? And we put that into context for you, so you understand what that really means. You know what I'm saying? And it's at some point in time we got to be transparent with one another, and we got to say, hey, you know what? Something has to change, and it starts with agents like us. And I'm not scared to stand on the front line. C's not scared to stand on the front line. LB is not scared to stand on the front line. Mellow Man is not scared to stand on the front line and give this food to you guys the right way, because at some point in time it has to change. We got to start thinking of unity and get dysfunction out of our people, because these folks created these conditions for us to create dysfunction amongst ourselves. And until we start to really start locking in on that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to definitely yeah, you know what I'm saying, oh no, yeah, John already at it. My brother, that's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying. Nesphoria, welcome to the show, the AM King show. Said awesome.
YouTube.
Yep, from YouTube, says awesome. You can see it in the chat right here on our side. John says, well, that's because they don't seek anything that is not the flavor of the day. Thus, the lack of critical thinking. This new music is definitely not hip hop. And I agree, because hip hop is not, we have to get this straight, people. Hip hop is not a music. Hip hop is a lifestyle. It is a culture. It's how you live. Just to quote KRS-One, like the Mellow Man, the Abbott says, rapping is something you do. Hip hop is how you live. It's how you live. It's how we communicate. It's our dress. It's our code of communication. It's street language. It's street entrepreneurialism. It's not just the 5 or 6 elements. It's not just beatboxing, DJing, graffiti, MCing, and all those things. It's also our code of communication. It's the way that we conduct ourselves. That's what hip hop was built for. But Dismos came back in and said this. I know this is off subject, but do y'all think 100 fools can beat up a silverback gorilla? I was trying to wait until the funny start. Well, that's a great question. We're gonna dig into that right now. We don't have to stick to our whole timeline. We're open to interact. That's what we're here for. We're here for healthy interaction amongst the people. And if it's a funny subject, we got to talk about the funny shit. Me personally, hell to the no, they can't beat up a silverback. If you guys ever did the research on the makeup and the infrastructure of a silverback gorilla, just one silverback gorilla is a handful. When I say a handful, 100 men could not attack a silverback gorilla without sustaining major damage, and they got energy to burn because their diet is not like our diet. Their diet, their makeup, their infrastructure, they are one of the strongest animals in the animal kingdom. Let's make no mistake about that. LB.
Oh, you can have weapons and shit, or you talking about hand on hand?
No, they said beat
Hey!
up. So that means to me that's not weaponry. That's not nothing. They said literally, can 100 men beat up one silverback gorilla?
Not even close and shit. It's not even a challenge. You better off just jumping off the bridge and killing yourself.
Mellow Man, Abbott.
Hmm. I'm gonna give y'all the devil's
Uh-oh.
advocate from the Abbott. Uh, I've seen different combinations. I don't even know where this question comes from, but I'll say this: if you attack them, the first 10 people have to be the offensive line from the Chicago Bears. Put them up there, and they're the sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, they might end up uh, unalive, but one thing hasn't been spoken about. The silverback is super strong, but his stamina, he doesn't have a very long stamina, and their organs aren't very strong either. The body is strong, but if I get to, you a fighter, right? See,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when I start hitting you in that bread basket, and I'm coming with 100 people, we're gonna go in waves, 10 at a time. The first 10, they're gonna be unalive. The second 10, they're gonna have black eyes or whatever. The third 10 is gonna start hitting them in the bread basket. Ah. The fourth 10 gonna be chopping them in the neck. So I think it could
No,
be done.
bro.
I'm,
Ain't
I'm
no
gonna
Oh,
take
oh,
point.
the
oh,
I'm,
oh,
I'm
oh,
gonna
all
take
right. No,
Angel's
no, no, no,
advocate
no,
here.
no.
Everybody
That's right.
titled to
That's
their
right. That's
opinion,
right.
man.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna take Angel's
See,
advocate here. I'm gonna take Angel's Advocate. I hear you. Yeah, if we're talking about an alpha male silverback, they're not winning. I'm a fighter, and I study these things. Like I study if I had to fight an animal because I'm thinking about living out in the forest and stuff, just in case the world goes to crap. So I'm like, what animals can I fight hand to hand? If I had to live in Africa, the Congo, or something like that. If there's an alpha male silverback, we're all done. We're all done. One hit. It's not even. Their reflexes are faster than ours. Number one. So when we go to throw, that's it. Done. Next one. Go to throw. Done. You can try to grab. It doesn't matter. They can toss over 1,000 pounds without trying, like that. So it's even
Yeah.
if they have low stamina. Okay, you can try, but it's not going to work. And he calls out, put out that call. All his friends are coming.
Oh yeah. That's another thing.
All his
That's
friends are coming. All
that's
of
the
them, the
part.
females, all of them too.
Yeah, that's the part of the subject that they did not take into account. Like they actually travel. There's not
They
just
travel
they're
in
not they're
big
not
packs.
solo travelers, right? They travel in packs. They travel in big packs too. At that, bigger
We're
than
not talking about the alpha male silverback. We're talking about a regular silverback that can just toss 1,000 pounds. An alpha male silverback, whoo, that's even crazier because they're twice the size,
yes,
twice
they
the strength, twice the speed, twice the. It's crazy. It's a funny. It's real funny. I would like to see it though. I don't want to see anyone unalive, but I would like to see put on some gear or something. Go at it. Let's see.
Yeah, because you would need some gear. You would need some gear just for a chance of
What's some gear?
survival.
Go at it. Go.
Let's get to the chat. Let's get to the chat and see what the chat had to say about things because the chat is killing me right now with some of this
My
stuff.
conversation is right with no weapons. It ain't no chance.
Yes,
You gotta have
indeed.
a
Yes,
weapon.
indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah,
All hundred of them motherfuckers
yeah.
too.
One conversation
You gotta
said,
start out shooting.
and Dismo said, "Man, that's what I said." He said it. 100 fools, 100 fools. That's what Steelers Nation said. Blunt conversations. Nah. Dismo said, "Squabble up, a la Kendrick Lamar." uh, hand in Blunt conversation said, "Hand in hand, your ass is dead. All 100 men." Um, Sam Boone said, "Sam Boone said first 10 will try and 90 gonna run." Because as soon as they see the first 10 unalived, the rest of them said, "No, we out of here, Jack. We out of here." One conversation said, "Sacrifice." Yeah, Dismo said it ain't going to work. The gorilla going to bake bread. The gorilla, he might not be a baker, but he's going to bake some bread that day. Blunt Conversation said, "Yeah, it's dead with no weapons for sure." Dismo said, "King Kong." Yeah, that was kind of like the message, even though King Kong is a character. I believe at some point in time in history, gorillas probably were that damn big. Um, uh, Blunt Conversations also said, "Coming out of the trees and shit, gang, gang." That means the whole. As soon as they see the attack on, there's going to be the whole legion. If nobody has seen examples of this, you need to take a look at National Geographic and really see how they study gorillas and how gorillas easily can tamper with a human that's just trying to study them. I've seen gorillas pull people with no resistance whatsoever and really put them in the fright zone instantly. You know what I'm saying? John said they can flip a car with one hand. Absolutely. If they can handle 1,000 pounds, I'm pretty sure a car can get flipped like a toy. Blunt Conversation said they come in like this, and he got four gorillas coming in the emojis, man. So hey, that was a great question, Dismos, man. You got the chat active. That was good looking on that point. We're going to get into some of our other subjects for the day. The Mellow Man brought this one up, and we think we should give this some light. You know what I'm saying? Uh, our good brother Shaquille O'Neal agrees to become Sacramento State's GM. It says Shaquille O'Neal has agreed to become the Sacramento State men's basketball general manager. It will be an unpaid voluntary role. Big salute to Shaq for that. You know what I'm saying? For the Basketball Hall of Famer, whose son, excuse me, Shakir O'Neal, will play for Sacramento State under new head coach Mike Bibby. As we all know, is in Sacramento Kings lore after transferring out of Florida A&M in late March to join the Hornets, which is Sacramento State. Shaquille O'Neal is the latest high-profile athlete to accept a general manager role with the school. NBA superstar Stephen Curry was also named an assistant GM at his alma mater Davidson last month, and Hawks star Trey Young has that same role at Oklahoma. Retired NFL quarterback Andrew Luck had accepted the GM position with his old school, Stanford. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna Sacramento State is definitely seeing the vision. Shaq saw the vision, and I know his son is playing there. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get to the context that Mellow Man was angling on this, and tell us a little bit more about this. Some light on it. Turn your audio on, Pete. Turn your audio on.
My bad. I thought you got me. Can you hear me now? I'm good. Okay, yeah. So one word that I'll use, looking at this legacy work, the one word that I'll use is tutelage. You know, we're tutoring in, as a village. It takes a village. So we're bringing in with the young ones. A lot of the NBA players have kids or sons that have came in as athletes, and some of them, they, whatever school that they graduated from or came from in college to get pro, they automatically, the kids want to go to that school because that's where my dad went. But what I'll say about Shaq, and his presence is felt all the way down here in Houston. He has a string of chicken restaurants called Big Chicken, and he has 50 something chicken restaurants here in Texas, and he actually bought a house here in Houston just to stay managing those things. And I've heard Shaq say this as of recently. He's up to, not to count his pockets, but he's half a billion. He's at 500 million, and his philosophy is, I'll let you guys run the business. I'll put my money up in something that I believe in. So Shaq is heavily invested in Google, a lot of these startups that are now in the Magnificent Seven. If you're not familiar with the Magnificent Seven, these are the top seven stocks on the stock market. And Shaq is in on a lot of those. So you got Amazon, uh, Google. He's invested in those things, and I like his philosophy. Like, I don't have to know about what's going on. I put my money in stuff that I believe in. And my guy from Detroit always said, if you buy a pair, buy a share. You know what I'm saying? You like Jordans, make sure you buy a stock in Jordan. And that's just like, me and Pat always talk about the monster over here. You know what I'm saying? That's the GeForce Nvidia computer that I'm on right now. It's for gaming, but I don't play no games. I quit school because they had recess. You feel me? No, but if you believe in something, you just want to invest in it,
LB.
and that's what.
No, that's good that Shaq's giving back and helping these little kids out, man, because they need an old head to give them some guidance on how to do things in this new age stuff. Because this era just seems like they're distracted and they're doing other things while they're supposed to be trying to focus on getting to that next level. So that's kind of good what all these old NBA players and stuff are doing. So yeah, I tip my hat to that.
See,
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's a great thing that he's doing because children need guidance. They're the future, and without them, there's no us for tomorrow. Even though tomorrow doesn't exist, we still have to stay for now. We still have to prepare for it. That's the crazy conundrum. So Shaq sees that, and he sees that he probably most likely wouldn't be where he's at if he didn't have the tutelage and the guidance that he had. So he's giving it back, and with then some, because he's bringing the 50 plus years that he had, plus the 50 plus years that they had, plus the 50 plus years that they had, and giving it to a child within a time frame of about 10 years. So they're getting over 200 years worth of knowledge within 10 years. That's amazing. That's how evolution works.
Absolutely, very well said, brother. Blunt Conversation said facts, and we agree with that. You know what I'm saying? So thanks, Mello, for shedding some light, and big ups to Shaq for stepping in and volunteering. Y'all didn't get that part of it. Volunteering his time and his energy to this university and putting an interest in it. I know his son is going there, but that's even better. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting involved with a situation that his son is around, and it's going to impact and benefit that university as a whole. So big ups to Shaq for doing the damn thing. We salute you right here on the AM King Show. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Facebook, YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Make sure y'all stay tuned because right after this, the Mellow Man is gonna get on the Mouse of Steel. And he's going he's gonna do the doggone thing and get on the Woke Show. We put the link in the chat here on Facebook, so make sure you guys go ahead and tap in to the Woke Show right after us. You know what I'm saying? We got about 20 more minutes left to go. We got a few more subjects and some funnies, and we're going to get into those right now. This is something else that the Mellow Man brought to the table this morning. And we're going to take a look at it real quick and let's see what we got here. You know what I'm saying? Because this is an interesting subject. We're going back into the music world. 50 reacts to reports of low Beyonce ticket sales. He said it's getting real out here. TMZ reported there are thousands of tickets left for some of the stadium shows on Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour. 50 Cent seemed surprised by a report saying that tickets are still available for Beyonce's tour in the support of Cowboy Carter. As reported by TMZ, B's tour is set to kick off in Los Angeles at the SoFi Stadium on Monday, April 28th, which just transpired. But there are about 3,800 tickets still available, with vacant seats costing as much as $331 and as little as $47.50. 50 cent $47, excuse me. 50 Cent saw the news and shared a screenshot of the headline and thumbnail offering his thoughts on the low ticket sales at Beyonce's LA shows. 50 Cent said this. Um, uh, 50 Cent said, "See shit getting real out here. Hey, the tickets ain't selling." You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's a slippery slope. According to USA Today, ticket experts predict that prices will continue to fluctuate as each show approaches. The tour, starting with five shows at the SoFi Stadium, other venues include the Soldier Field in Chicago, the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. So,
Sit, stay, stay.
Woof,
Feel.
woof.
Yo,
Y'all want me to unpack? While I'll go ahead and unpack. I'll take the. Go ahead. You
there go
back, my
Milo
brother.
right there.
unfortunately, yeah, it's
Oh,
jet lagging on us today. You know, it is what it is. Yeah,
jet
Yeah,
jet
Bob,
lag.
lag.
I
Bob, better
sounded
keep
like
the
a broke
volume
robot,
stream.
but yeah, man, it's really interesting. The ticket sales, and it definitely gave us the Hollywood Squares shuffle. And so you already know. Here I am. Here I am, y'all. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? That's just the world that we're in. You know what I'm saying? We're on a server that's operating with a lot of people. So sometimes it's going to time out on us like that. But we're back. We're back. But
Hmm.
let's get a little bit of reaction from you guys. Mello, you brought that to the light. What did you think, brother?
Yeah, Queen B, straight out the H. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When you at the top, it's always going to be naysayers and people, trying to take the crown off your head. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be that. So even, 50, he's a real petty dude. He'll come in, him and Jay do kind of have issues, so he going to come in. He don't want to step on Jay toes too much, but did you see these empty seats? All right. Beyonce in her career, let's look at her career. You know what I'm saying? She has uh one. Let me see. I want to be correct. So as of 2023, Beyonce has grossed $1.59 billion in tour tickets. We're not talking about album sales. We're talking about tour
Mm,
tickets. We're not talking about album sales. We're talking about
man,
tour tickets. $1.59 billion. So the point 0.59, let's do some math. The point 0.59 is $590 million. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here? Cowboy Carter it's a country western, which people, she got slack over that. How's she gonna get into country western and da 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 da? Houston, they still ride horses down here. You go to certain neighborhoods, you will see horses. So these cowboy boots, everybody boots on the ground, boots been on the ground here.
Ben.
You know what I'm saying? And this the same way like they try to assassinate Drake, and by the way, she sold 12 million tickets over her life
Wow,
career.
12
12 million
million. Woo.
tickets, guys. 12 million tickets. So Drake catching flack, you can be biased about it, you can say what you say, but Drake in that battle, he had broke two records on his tour. The first amount of sales, he had like 320 million, and this is for rap. You know what I mean? What Beyonce did, she's just a star. And Drake calls himself a pop star as well, but he broke a rap record, 320 million sold, went right into that battle. And he, by the way, throughout those sales, he broke a record for one night selling $5 million worth of tickets in Washington D.C., Chocolate City. Why everybody want to call him a colonizer and this, that, and another. Who else is going to buy tickets but Negroes in
Yeah,
Washington
I
D.C.?
will
He
say
sold
I will say
five
this
million dollars
one
in
night.
one.
Yeah, yeah. But just to add
Mhm.
context to that, Kendrick Lamar just broke that record. He just sold $9 million off of one concert, and yeah, he made
Mhm.
$9 million off of one concert during this tour for his what is it, GNX?
Grand National, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's building a case. The more he do is that UMG case is going to be crazy.
absolutely, absolutely. And so back to the chat real quick. John said touring is how they make all their money. No one buys music anymore for real. Well, yeah, in certain realms, you are absolutely correct. The majority of the income is coming from these huge tours, and that's where they are making a good percentage of their income. But they're also diversifying their portfolios. They're getting into other types of businesses, and that's also creating a cash cow for these top tier artists in these different genres of music. John said also, and nothing lasts forever. It is inevitable that not everything sells out every time. Oh yeah, that's just how life goes. You get your run and then you're done. And it is like that. LB, what you think, bro?
John took the words out of my mouth.
Oh,
Every
turn your
show,
audio on. L, I can't hear you.
you can't. Can you hear me now?
Your audio's not on. Oh, I can't hear
Oh,
him. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
This is how it is in the Matrix. Go ahead and talk though, L.
Oh.
Go ahead,
Okay,
LB.
it
We
was like
hear
what
you.
John said. What I was finna say. Yeah, every show ain't gonna get packed. So you know what I mean. Beyonce been around for a while. You know what I mean. Everybody's seen the shows basically and stuff. So you know what I mean. There's gonna be a show where it's not gonna be fully packed. And You messing with Curtis Jackson, of course, he's gonna highlight it every chance he get an opportunity. So if he got a chance to, he gonna put it out there. If he ain't put it out there, nobody wouldn't even known about it. But I'm pretty sure there's probably plenty of shows Beyonce that went to, or if she had, I should say, and it wasn't packed. So it's just something that he did to highlight something that probably already been going on.
Word, no doubt, no doubt. I couldn't hear a damn word that LB said, but I know he said something timely. C, you got a quick little tidbit on this?
Yeah, it's all
And I
about the
can't hear
test of
C
time.
either. Go
I
ahead,
can hear
C.
you.
I hear you,
It's
bro.
all about
He good.
it was
Yeah,
standing
y'all
the
just
test
go
of
ahead. Just
time.
go ahead, man. We're gonna keep
And
rolling.
50 Cent trolling and what he just did just brought light to Beyonce. Now people want to buy her tickets now, and they're gonna lower it. I mean, and the words of what's this guy? New Jack City. He said this is the Reagan era, and people just want to get hot. And so this is one of those times. So people just ain't had the money at that time. They just want to get something like something happened. Who knows? But yeah, it's once you're in the billions, I'm like, okay, whatever. That was like $2 on my pocket. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
$2 on my
I
pocket. You think
was
I'm
reading lips,
complaining?
man. I'm good at reading lips.
Reading
So,
lips.
you
Yeah.
know, so I
Yeah.
follow what you're saying. Well
Right.
said.
And to add on to what C said, that trolling guy, 50, the Beehive, you could see the Beehive all in the comments. They screenshotted pictures of the same concert. And they was like, oh, they took pictures while people was going to the bathroom. And this was, you know what I mean? Before the concert even started. They in line getting food and people screenshotted the same concert with a packed house. So,
Mm.
I mean, it
Yeah,
is.
and 50 Cent
Yeah,
getting
no
money
doubt.
from
And
that.
in the
Those
chat,
comments are
John said,
coming in.
besides
He gets
these
money
tickets
from
are
that
crazy
too.
overpriced. Oh, my bad. See,
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah. I was about to say in the chat, John said, besides these tickets are crazy overpriced, not my pockets, LMAO. Dismo said a key thing: reflections of the economy slowing down too. A Beyonce or eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like
What the
real
bands,
rap. You know what I mean? Like it's
Beyonce bands
absolutely
before.
crazy work. And we got to put this all in perspective for the people. You know what I'm saying? And really get them in a context. We're gonna move on to our next subject though. Hey, you know what? I can't hear the other guys, but we're gonna still rock it out anyway on the AM King Show. Like, subscribe, and share Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. YouTube and Facebook. This particular subject. Good morning, Rain. Good morning, Rain. Rain checking in. You already know. Good morning. Welcome to the. Oh yeah, pick up a copy of the Rico verdict. You already know. I got the shirt on. You know what I'm saying? John said Beehive will forgo rent for a concert ticket. He never lied. They surely will. They surely will, man. That's absolute truth. But this is our brother Keith Boykin once again, and we like to bring some of his subjects to the light. And we're going to try to do that today. Hopefully, we don't get lost in the sauce once again. But, you know, sometimes we have hiccups because, like I said, we're on a streaming platform online. And this is just how it goes. I can't hear C. I can't hear LB. Thankfully, I can hear PDC. Or I'll be starting to do, you know, little sign language and shit, you know what I'm saying, to communicate with the guys. But, yeah, Keith said Jalen Hurts and a few of his Super Bowl teammates got it right. As for the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles, they'll have to answer to the ancestors for normalizing a racist dictator in the White House. Let's see if we can get Brother Keith to tell us more.
The Philadelphia Eagles celebrated their Super Bowl victory at the White House today, but star quarterback Jalen Hurts did not attend. While Eagles running back Saquon Barkley embarrassed himself by sucking up to Trump on the golf course this weekend, Jalen Hurts was absolutely right to stand on business. Maybe some of the black celebrities, rappers, and athletes are not following the news, but I do. It's my job. And Donald Trump is not only the worst president of American history, but also the most openly racist president since Woodrow Wilson 100 years ago. Just today, the Justice Department indicated that it will no longer enforce the Voting Rights Act. that took centuries for our ancestors to put in place. So don't give me any lip about respecting the office of the presidency when you're hobnobbing with a twice impeached convicted criminal who has disrespected the office and violated his oath to uphold the Constitution every day since January 20th. When a black public figure like Saquon Barkley associates with the man who got the NFL to remove the end racism sign from the Super Bowl end zone, they not only dishonor the 86% of black people and 92% of black women who voted against Trump, they dishonor a long line of black leaders who fought for their rights to be here. They dishonor Harriet Tubman, who was removed from the National Park Service website, the Tuskegee Airmen, who were removed from Air Force training materials, Jackie Robinson, who was removed from a government website, Mae Brown Wiggins, who was denied an apartment in the Trump building because she was black, the exonerated Central Park Five, who are suing Trump for defamation after their childhood was taken from them because of his racist lynch mob. Former President Barack Obama, whose birth certificate Trump spent 5.5 years lying about. Black quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who was driven out of the NFL because of Trump's attacks on his freedom of speech. Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, two black election workers in Georgia who had to go to escape Trump's mobs. Kamala Harris, the woman Trump claimed only turned black last year. Haitian immigrants who Trump accused of eating their neighbors' cats and dogs. Black South Africans who Trump is punishing right now as he gives special privileges to white South Africans to move to the United States. And black authors like me whose books are being removed from government libraries. Trump is arresting judges, deporting American citizens, refusing to obey Supreme Court orders, erasing black history, attacking black institutions, affirmative action, DEI, and black college scholarships. And after all that, worshiping the white man's money and power and defending their own kinfolk. Whether it's Saquon Barkley, Tiger Woods, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, or anyone else, just because a rich black person can run a football, swing a golf club, or spit a few bars doesn't mean they will act in the best interest of black America. This skin doesn't rub off. And the truth is, you cannot escape or by making millions of dollars, becoming a Republican, moving to a white neighborhood, marrying a white person, racial children. Because one day those biracial kids will grow up in a country that still sees them as black, no matter how they choose to identify. And many of them will look back at the people who stood on the wrong side of history at America's time of crisis in 2025 and ask their parents and grandparents a simple question. Why on earth did you sell your soul to enable a racist dictator to become president of the United States?
Woo. Man, that was real powerful from Brother Keith Boykin. You know what I'm saying? He unpacked a whole bunch of stuff in that statement right there. We're going to start off with C on this one. I can't hear you, C, but go ahead and give the people a little bit of John Kaepernick is considered black. Real quick before C says something, he's considered black. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He's definitely not considered, even if he is biracial, just like Brother Boykin just said, regardless of whether he's, his background is part white and part black, he's going to be identified as a black man in this country. But C, go ahead, brother.
Cool. So I'll keep this short and simple. Two things. One, they're daring us to unite. And they want that. I'm not saying to not unite. They want us to unite because of what's coming up ahead. So I'm a fighter. What you do is, if you're a true fighter, if you really know how to fight, you don't just go in there and just throw attacks. You set things up. We're just now getting used to their jab. They've been setting us up with an uppercut with like a 6-punch combination, and we're going to get caught with that. It's not about uniting. It's about how we unite. We have to comprehend the history where we come from. I suggest people read about Dr. Yakub, because we're talking about racism and systemic racism, white racism, supremacy, this, that, and the other. We got to go back to where it seems to originate from. So it seems that Dr. Yakub 6,000 to 7,000 years ago created the Caucasian white man, because you have the white man and you have the Caucasoid white man, two different people. The white man is actually a fair-skinned people. Caucasoid white man, he created that, and he was a black man. So when you look into that story and say, "Oh, it's just a story from 6, 7 thousand years ago," however, though lead geneticists say that the Caucasoid white gene did not pop up until 6 to 7 thousand years ago. That is not natural. That's not how evolution and science, natural things work. So maybe there's some validity to his story. So look him up and comprehend that it's about uniting the right way. We can be angry. We cannot forget who we are. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you should act.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Mellow man.
Yes, sir. I don't know if you heard what he was saying. It's
Yeah, I cannot.
okay. I'll kind of reiterate a few things. He basically he was saying it's not about going against the grain. It's it's how we unite. You know what I'm saying? And he made some references to the Caucasus Mountains and the two different types of Caucasians. So as he was speaking, I was looking at the ad that Trump put in about the Central Park Five. You know what I'm saying? And it was really like, I mean, he was telling a story about when he was a little kid and he was in a restaurant and they were some dudes he called thugs was cussing out the waiters. The police came and threw him out, and that in his mind, that's justice. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what was exchanged between the waiter and the patron. We just know that some white cops probably threw some black people out because he called them thugs. But what I'll say about, and I'll give you another devil's advocate view from the Abbott. Um, there was a time when Trump first came into the office. My presence on social media, I would not mention his name. I would not share anything with Trump. But as you see, we talk about Trump on this podcast almost every podcast. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep your eyes on the prize. You know what I'm saying? So when Saquon went to talk to him, it ain't like, oh, Trump's my new buddy. This is an avenue where you can go and say like, so what were you thinking? I'm on a golf course, so when you put that ad out, for the Central Park Five and reinstating the death penalty, what was your thought process? What was on your mind during that? So some good could come out of it. You know what I'm saying? That it's a tradition. It's an NFL tradition to go to the White House. So if you choose to go, fine. If you choose to take a stand, that's fine as well. But me as a player, I might take upon the opportunity because I will probably never be in the presence of Trump besides winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So we look at missions and mission statements. You know what I mean? He might wanted to make a statement, and he did. He went and probably beat Trump in golf.
And the beautiful
You know what I'm
thing
saying?
is I just lost audio with everybody. I can't hear nobody now. But go ahead, LB.
Yeah, they too. They summed it up really. Yo, I gotta give them the sign languages. But yeah, they summed it up really though. That's what it is. Trump. He started off good with the blacks when he was doing the promoting for boxing, but then he just edged off and showed his true colors through time because he wanted to be greedy. He wanted to be above everything. So that transformed everything into how it is now. So I ain't got too much to say on this. So I'm just gonna keep it simple.
Cool beans. Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
hear
See?
you. Loud and
I
clear.
All
mm-hmm.
right. Yeah, I'll play Anchorman as Pad is shuffling in the black web. He's out in space somewhere. Deep Space Nine. Speaking of Deep Space Nine, y'all see uh Wu Tang got a new album out. Y'all seen that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anybody peep that? The final
Mm.
chapter. You know what I mean? Tap in with the guys. Wu Tang. The final
Yeah,
chapter.
Pat?
Can
Yeah,
you
now I
hear
can
me,
hear
Pat?
everybody again. I had to
You
actually
hear me
close my
now?
Okay,
browser.
Yeah.
wonderful.
And yeah, hear everybody now, man. I had to close my browser and jump back in. I'm sorry, y'all.
Double
Yeah,
double
Yo.
yeah,
Dutch.
yeah. I had to dip out, dip back in. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Now I can hear everybody, and I know now if that ever happens again, what I got to do. But thankfully, You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, our system didn't fail on us, and you guys were able to hold me down. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I wish I could have heard what everybody said. But L, did you say something already?
Yeah, I talked this shit. I said hi and I said goodbye, and that was done. I said
Oh,
like, subscribe, and share.
he said
He said it's them
T new
table
headphones.
headphones.
T new headphones.
Okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's better than them realistic ones you got over there. Yeah, anybody remember realistic from Radio Shack? That's what John got on
Radio
there.
Shack.
Yeah,
Radio
Radio Shack.
Shack.
You
Yeah.
try to cut on me about my headphones. These are skull candies. It's we gonna bring you on the air one day and see what kind of headphones you got. You know what I'm saying? Gonna bring you right on the air, brother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll be Timu today though. It's all to the good. You know what I'm saying? But actually, our streaming platform is Timu. Yeah, that's just what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm back like I never left, and we're gonna get into the funny since you want to be a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? A little funny bunny. Let's talk about Dr. Umar and his take on Shannon Sharp and his new title for Dr. Umar, which is Snow Bunny. Shannon Sharp. Y'all haven't listened. This guy's diabolical at times, man. And this is our funny for the day, and rightfully so. But y'all get prepared for this man. And look at the look on his face. You already see what's getting ready to happen. Here goes one Dr. Umar about Snow Bunny, Shannon Sharp.
Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man and saying that no black woman can make you happy. 10,000 lashes for Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp. Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes
10,000.
for conduct unbecoming a black man and saying that no black woman can make you happy. 10,000 lashes for Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp.
And then he had the nerve to clap the belt.
Shit, that big nigga.
Because it's 5,000 lashes for each butt cheek.
Yeah, tie that
5,000
nigga down and shit, get that motherfucker
5,000
back
this
to
way,
the
5,000 that way. This guy's diabolical, man. This guy is
Oh, shit.
diabolical. He is hilarious. Oh, yeah. Harlan checking in this morning on the AM King show, man. Good morning, brother. Good morning. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? This is one of our gospel heroes here. You know what I'm saying? Our gospel rappers. He has a great story. Make sure everybody in the chat goes follows Harlan Toby Jr. Appreciate you for tapping in this morning on the AM King show. Misery said 10,000 lashes. This man is diabolical. Who does he think he is? Mansa Musa? What?
Mansa Musa.
Yeah, Mansa Musa. Everybody's cracking up. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Umar never fails to disappoint. Well, he never disappoints us. He always brings us the humor alongside the knowledge, if you want to call it that. Snow Bunny Shannon, yes, Frank Gransman. He didn't call him Snow Bunny Shannon. West True Live, you already know True Live. What's going on? Appreciate you, brother. You already know Harlan. You already know, man. I'm so inspired by your story, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that sees your movement should be inspired as well, because I remember, you know, what it was like back then, and to see you where you are now in life, man, it is to be commended. And that's what we do with our brothers on this show, is we uplift and we put light on the positive, and we have to stay in the light. You already know what it is. Staying in the light, as Brother C says, is always, yeah, you're in the light right now. I was about to say, you up in the light right now. The light just shined on Brother
I'm
C.
like a motherfucker too.
Yeah, stay in the light. Don't go in the light. Stay in the light. All right.
Stay in the light. That is exactly our mantra.
Don't go to the light. Stay.
Stay in the light. That part. Yeah, Dismos, man. Dr. Umar is a crazy dude. We got one more for y'all, man. This one, L brought this to my attention. And you never know, man, when LB gets involved. This one's hilarious. It's about natural spring water. But wait till y'all see this. Be prepared to laugh. Here we go.
The freshest natural spring water so that we can bring you, our consumer, the cleanest, highest quality beer possible. After all, beer consists of 98% water. Arrowhead beer. Quality you can trust. Hey, what the f*** are you doing? What the f*** does it look like I'm doing? Jesus! Don't piss in the water! Where the hell do you want me to piss? In the boat? Just the freshest natural spring water.
Hey, yo, after all that man was saying, the irony is the dude was in his boat taking a piss in water that they produced the beer in. So the next time you drink a cold one, think about that video right there. Because
Yeah.
that is diabolical work.
Twist a lime in that motherfucker.
Hey yo, hilarious. Yes, don't Jesus Christ, don't piss in the water. Absolutely, man. It was that was
That dirty ass boat in that water. Shit, you talking about the
the dirty ass boat, right? Let's talk about the on his commercial is crazy. That's diabolical, man. Yo, hey yo. The things that you see on social media, man, I'm telling you, it is a mixed bag for sure. This a lime. Oh my god. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's our time for today, man. C, thank you for joining us today. You know what I'm saying, brother C. Thank you so much for your joint. Misery said LB is fried.
As usual.
Hey, you already know. Hey, my man Schwabels checking in. Better late than never, man. Schwabels, much love to you, brother. You're an inspiration to our community as well, man. Thank you for tapping in this morning. Hey, hustle. You know what I'm saying? Extra bubble. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, John said, Uncle slapped that Barry White beard off his ass. He better watch. Unc is about that life. He's about that life. Yes, indeed. We all know somebody about that life. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I mean, go watch an episode of Slap Fights. You'll see who's all, fuck the struggle. Extra bubble, baby. You already know what it is, man. Schwabels, much love to you. That's my brother right there. He's a great artist. He's a great musician. That new record you got, man, I'm going to tell you that right now, Schwabels, man, we got to make sure that goes out there, man. That's just a great feeling record. You already know, man. Salute, man. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me on my technical difficulties, man. Thanks to the panel for hanging in there with me on the technical. We all get them every now and again, but we work through these things and we figure them out. But right about now, it's time to go ahead to www.lfxmedia.live for the Woke Show. You never know what the Mellow Man's mix is going to fix. Hey, look, the turntables, because he's able. Stays stable. You already know. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You already know. Salute, Misery. Thank you, brother. Great show as usual. You know what I'm saying? Salute, PDC. You know what I'm saying? Misery giving salute to everybody on the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You already know what it is, man. But we are out of here. We will be back on Friday morning with some more greatness. You know what I'm saying? And hey, John. Timu, I was about to say something cute, but I'm gonna let it slide, and I'm gonna catch you on the next episode. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna Timu, we're gonna teabag your Timu. All right, just hold tight. Just hold tight, and remember, don't run up on a gorilla. This will say, you definitely do not do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to be a sacrifice. Unless you want to be the ultimate sacrifice. He paid the price because he chose to be a sacrifice in front of the silverback. But yes, you guys have a great day, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. We're going over to the Woke Show now, and y'all be blessed.